We live in a world which is highly polaric in nature. So when we are born, we inhale, we exhale, breath comes in, breath is out. When we look at people, we say there are good people, there are bad people, there is poverty and there is richness. Even in nature, that we see is we see the sun rises and the sun sets. But really, is the sun rising in the first place? The sun never moves anywhere. The sun is stationary, it is where it is should be. It's the earth which revolves around it. So you see, the whole human psyche is all about believing in right or left, black or white. That's how we are designed. That's how our brain works typically. We always see two sides of the same coin. And that's where I feel these teachings of Advait Vedanta they come into play, or they're very handy, because Advait means non-dual. There is no duality, it's only a single consciousness that pervades all life form on this planet. So there is no me or the I which is different than what you think you are. The moment you utter the word I, you think, you create a own world of yourself, and you try to visualize or look at things, the external world, the outer world, from that lens. So it is always the I's thought that is creates all the miseries, all the pain. And this I, which is nothing but your own ego, doesn't want suffering, pain, grief to be inflicted upon it, because it is always looking at the pleasure or the peace or happiness. In this particular case, the polaric opposite doesn't work. It is always your ego looking at the next thing, the next uh, happiness moment. So I'm in office, I'm looking at having a drink after work with my friends, or I'm looking at that vacation that I was planning next month, or this movie that I want to watch, or whatever, or this hobby I want to pursue it, I want to take a break. I'm looking at the next moment in time and space on which my happiness depends. So the ego in you, which is an unsatisfied ego, which is predominantly in the I thought, I mean mind, experience of the world as the way it wants to be experienced. I'll tell a very beautiful story around this. So this is a mythological story from Mahabharata. When in the city of Hastinapur, both the Kauravas and Pandavas used to live happily before the Mahabharata war was fought. And it happens that there is a event in the city, some yagna, some puja that happened, and there is a grand feast or a grand meal that has been set up, where all the villagers from Hastinapur and around, they come and have a feast. So Lord Sri Krishna, who is actually monitoring the whole feast, he is with Duryodhan and Yudhishthir, and he says to Duryodhan, "Look, Duryodhan, you go around the entire dining area and where people are dining, and go and find me one person who you think is a very nice soul. He's a noble person. He has not done any bad thing. He's always a well wisher for others and a very straightforward, nice, simple person." So Duryodhan goes around and he walks the entire pandal or the place, the seating area, and comes back. And then he tells Lord Sri Krishna, "You asked me to find a good person, but I couldn't find anyone." So Krishna says, "Okay, now let's send Yudhishthir." So he sends Yudhishthir or Dharmaraja, and then he tells him, "You go and find a evil person, a bad person which you think. Uh, he's not a nice person. He's always inflicting harm. He's full of hatred, jealousy, greed, whatever. Just by looking at the person." So then Yudhishthir goes along. Yudhishthir, being Yudhishthir, he comes back and then he tells Lord Krishna, "I couldn't find any evil person. Everyone appears to be very nice. They're all very nice, good people." So what does the story tells you? You see, both Sri Krishna, or rather both Duryodhan and Yudhishthir, they couldn't find the person that they were asked to look for, because their ego's own reflection they could see in the other person. As everyone knows, Duryodhan is the epitome of any egoistic character from any mythology or ancient scriptures. So he couldn't find a nice person because he himself, he was the way he was. But that's the way. I mean, it's all about the way you look at other people is your own true reflection of your own ego. And the same goes for Dharmaraj, because he couldn't find any evil person as such. So your ego or reflection of your own ego, other people are a mirror of that. It is just like you are standing in front of the mirror, and what you get to see is your own true reflection. So, coming back to the Advaitic teachings, so the moment you step into the I thought, you'll understand you are far away from what you are. The story that it keeps on repeating in your mind about me, my life, you are not that. You are that I am. So what Nisargadatta Maharaj used to say is, I am that I am. You have to go beyond your thoughts, beyond your mind, to understand your true nature. Thank you.